This is my presentation for Sense and Sensibility about Elinor's progression. The book Sense and Sensibility by Jane Austen uses a progression of Elinor's character to demonstrate the importance of balancing emotions with pragmatism in order for one to maintain an open view of the world, while the movie Sense and Sensibility from 1995 enhances the book's message by portraying the emotions and pivotal moments of Elinor through the strong reactions and surroundings of the character. This story is about two sisters and their love lives. Elinor and Marianne go through similar situations when both of their lovers betray them, but they deal with it very differently. Marianne handles everything with passion and strong emotion. She's sensibility, while Elinor is very wise and contained. She's sense. From the start of the book, Elinor is described as a level-headed person who has a very good understanding of societal norms and handles situations with tranquility and care. She helps her mother, Mrs. Dashwood, make financial and familial decisions because Mrs. Dashwood is a lot like Marianne, and she needs someone logical directing her a lot. Not only is Elinor wise, but she also knows how to govern her emotions. This is opposed to the behavior of her sister who cannot control her emotions and acts impulsively. Because Marianne is like her mom, Elinor has to tend to her mom and sister like a mediator. She guides them in times of distress when they are very emotional and calms them down. Elinor's main issue is that she contains her emotions too much. Even if she feels the way her sister or her mother feels, she tries to hide it to avoid a huge emotional reaction from them or make them feel worse. Elinor relies too much on her pragmatism and pushes away her true feelings since she does not know how to balance the two. This is shown when she meets her love interest, Edward. They are well suited for each other, but Elinor finds out that he is 4 years engaged to a woman named Lucy Steele. Lucy tells Elinor this herself after they are acquainted, but Elinor is forced to keep it a secret because Edward's mother disapproves. Elinor is deeply hurt by this. Elinor hides this from her family and mourns it in secret because she does not want their intense reactions to the news to add to her distress. She thinks she is stronger alone because her sense can keep her intact. But she should not be keeping this to herself, as it will make it harder for her to deal with while she's alone. Throughout the book, she is there for her sister as Marianne gets her heart broken by Wilbowie, but Marianne can't be there for her. Eventually, Marianne finds out about the engagement of Edward and feels horrible after Elinor gets mad at her for assuming she's felt apathetic this whole time when she's really been deeply distressed. This is a breakthrough for Elinor because she does not have to hide her true feelings anymore. Elinor kept this hurt to herself for 4 months, and now she can finally express them to her sister. She feels less hurt because a lot of time has passed, but she still truly cares for Edward. She also teaches Marianne how to contain herself more and think of others. Elinor's character development is most prominent when Edward comes to visit her and tell her that Edward's brother, Robert, is married to Lucy instead of Edward since Lucy changed her mind. Elinor could not contain her emotion in that moment, and she runs out the room and breaks into tears. She finally learns how to balance her emotions and logic by learning that it's okay to express how she feels but also deal with situations carefully. Elinor is a central character to develop the theme of balancing the feelings of one's heart and the sense of one's brain. She and Edward get married and she is very happy at the end. The movie, Sense and Sensibility, from 1995 enhances the book's message very well. Elinor's emotional development is shown greatly with the facial expressions of Elinor's actor, her interactions with other characters, and her surroundings. It shows the importance of expressing emotions as well as thinking things through. Elinor's logical behavior is shown in the beginning of the movie when they are all sitting at the table with their brother and his wife, and Marianne is being unpleasant while Elinor is trying to keep the peace. The actor has a great way of portraying Elinor's character as someone who can contain her emotions and mediate situations.
Thank you. My brother Robert is in town with her this season and quite the most popular bachelor in London.
You have 2 brothers, have you not?
Indeed, yes. Edward is the elder, and Mamma quite depends upon him. He's travelling up from Plymouth shortly and will break his journey here.
When Elinor finds out about Edward's engagement, the viewer can see how heartbroken and devastated she is. Her energy drops, but she puts on an act in front of Lucy and her family. Marianne is very joyful talking to Elinor about Edward, while Elinor is turning away from her to hide her true feelings from Marianne. This shows how hard it is for her to show her emotions. After Marianne finds out about Edward's engagement, she gets upset with her sister. Elinor reveals the hurt she's had and lashes out on Marianne. This is the first time in the movie where another character and not just the viewer sees Elinor's emotions. Releasing some of this emotion and having her sister to understand her feelings ultimately helps her grow. Marianne gets very sick out in the rain, and the director uses the lighting and setting to contribute to how scared and sad Elinor is about her sister almost dying. It is dark and rainy as Elinor sobs to her sleeping sister, revealing how frightened she is about losing Marianne. This breakdown is not in the book, so the movie displays Elinor's emotions more.
I cannot do without you. Oh, please. I tried to bear everything else. I will try.
At the end, Elinor releases all of her bottled up emotions after Edward reveals that he is not engaged. Instead of running out of the room like she does in the book, Elinor sobs in front of everyone, showing how expressive she has become. This pivotal moment contributes to the theme. Elinor is now able to be sensible and emotional because she knows it's important to balance the two.
Then you are not married.
No. That my heart is and always will be yours.